Thanks, Chris. Present this morning as well. No distractions, and yeah, I'm excited to collaborate on visioning and learn about the process to do that Willie's going to share with us today. I will pass it to Hannah.
All right. Yeah, I am very, very excited to kind of sit in on this and hear that. Especially now, we'll have even more vision for before going to the conference. But distractions. I'm in a coffee shop with like people, dogs. So I'm gonna try to like just focus on this as much as possible. But I'll be muted for most of it unless I'm chiming in with something. And I will pass it to Ashley.
Thanks, Hannah. My intention is just to sync up with everybody and kind of, this has been a topic that has been going around for a while, so I'm glad that we're finally coming together and getting aligned with it. And the only distractions I have is I woke up feeling really tired this morning, but that's it. I'm still here. And I'll pass it to Lauren.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, glad to be here. I'm excited to get super aligned. I think like having like top level organization that we can all kind of like converge with like collective passion is going to be awesome. And yeah, I was distracted a minute ago because it was like I couldn't get the stream to work properly, but now it's working. So now I'm fully here and we're streaming, and I'll pass it to James.
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all. Yeah, I'm excited to take part in this workshop. I mean, I think the vision and mission of Giveth is something I've thought about a lot. And I'm super excited to hear what you guys think and see which kind of consensus we figure out together, basically. I'm really quite distracted, but I'm going to try and be present as best I can. I have a lot of urgent things going on, and I'm starving, and I should probably cook something at some point. But otherwise, I'm here, and yeah, I'll pass it to Mitch.
Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, I guess. No distractions. I'm here to listen and add ideas or feedback where possible. And I'll pass it to Monique.
Hello. Thank you, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. It's my first kind of sync across the other projects trace that I have, and I love to hear more and get more updated about what's going on out of the box. And I'm fully here, no distractions. We'll pass it to Kai.
Lovely about the running time of 3 years now. It's not working anymore since yesterday. I don't know why. Somebody changed something in some Discord, and now it's all down. I hate that. Like James knows the feeling. Like, oh wow. So it's sand between my fingers now. But I will be present here in this call. And yeah, I don't know. Did not. Can.
Oh, everybody froze for a second there. Okay, I think you're back now, Kai.
Yep. I don't know who has to go. I'm finished though with my update.
Amin?
Yeah, I'm the last one, I guess. Hi everyone. I'm so excited because it was a question from my that it was my mind that we are finishing this race almost. And maybe after 1 month or 2 months, we don't have anything to do. So we should have some mission, and we should be prepared for it. Yeah. So I was somewhat depressed about. Okay, we are we are doing the delivery. What after that? Yeah. That's it. And I am not distracted. I'm fully here, and I guess Griff is the last one, or Giveth, yeah. So no one left. I pass it to Willie. Okay.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for sharing these intentions. This is perfect. So now I want to invite everybody to hop into this Vision Quest board, if you're not already, and there's a link in the chat. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to collectively all come in here and add different blocks for these different stakeholder groups. So what we've set it up with so far is all the different stakeholders that relate to Giveth. And the sentence here is developers thrive when, contributors thrive when, products thrive when, givers thrive when. And what we should all be doing over the next 10 minutes is come in here and put some examples in here. Start filling this out with anything that you think, how Giveth should relate to each of these stakeholders, basically. And what you'll see is that this will give us a really good, really clear idea of all the different ideas that are floating around in people's heads for how we envision this future of giving for each of these different stakeholder groups. I think this is important because Giveth has so many different stakeholders that it's really hard to just have one bucket. But having this kind of separation, I think will help get all of our ideas out. So after 10 minutes, we'll come back and we'll review these, and I'll tell you how we're going to do that in 10 minutes. Sound good? Any questions? All right. I see people are already diving in there, so let's get at it, and we'll check in 10 minutes and see how we're doing.
Sorry, seems I cannot add anything. I have to.
You want to DM me your email, and I think I need to give you access to our Notion.
Okay.
Does anyone else not have access?
I'm trying to figure out how to get access because I'm not on my normal computer, but I'll work through that.
Let me see if I can at least just open it up for editing for everyone now. Can you, if you refresh, can you edit?
Let's see. Yeah, it's working right now. Thank you.
Cool. You bet. I may move some of these around too and bundle them if they're related.
Giveth thrive.
This is great. We all have so many good ideas.
Hey, really, I'm confused. Why are there two products thrive when columns?
Oopsies. Let's see. There's a products thrive and a projects thrive.
Oh,
Is that what you're seeing?
I'm just reading wrong. Okay, thank you.
Projects, I struggled with the word. I started with
I think one is
two columns.
projects and one is product.
Yeah, you guys are right. I was just like, no.
Project is a kind of campaign, I think. Huh? Did you mean the campaign that?
Yes.
And give it to its project.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm
So
opening
it's not
better.
for projects. It's not a Giveth project or product. It's the kind of campaign or project.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's a campaign, and Trace is a project in Giveth.io. Oh, grief. I haven't seen it in a long time, man. See, the beard is getting gray. That's why I have it short. Sorry, I should not chat here. Want to see you though, buddy.
No talking.
I miss you too, Mitch.
Whatever. Griff's over there living in my room, drinking out of my cup.
I'm doing a lot of things with your cup.
Okay.
This escalated quickly.
Who gave that guy a microphone?
I arrived a little bit late, so we are feeling that, or what are we doing?
Yeah, you go click on the link, log in, and then you can add your points. I do think we have a lot, so read through and you can add your own.
Gotcha.
Ooh, and there's one more that I meant to add here for give token. Right here. All right. Got about 1 minute left. This is great. I don't know how we're going to get up through all of these. We got so many good ideas. Okay. So while we get the final ideas in there, I'll explain what we're going to do in this next section. So because I have so many ideas, instead of going through and kind of discussing each one that we agree on, I want to kind of go through, I think we're going to agree on a lot of these. So let's go through, and specifically what I want to hear is if anybody feels that any of these blocks don't really align with their vision of Giveth in their head, let's chat about it. So
what means vibes are high? What means that?
Who wrote vibes are high?
That was me. Vibes are high. It's when everybody's happy. It's when everybody's happy and we're supporting each other. This is vibes are high. I'm making vibes high now.
Yeah, when we feel great, basically.
So it's just for developers, yeah?
No, I put it in like so many columns. I put it in every column.
It's everywhere. The vibes are high all over.
Vibes are high. Everything's good.
Everybody is sad, but our vibes are high.
And the memes are spicy too. The community thrives.
That's a requirement. Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's go through these, and please speak up if you feel like any of these don't align with your vision. So, developers thrive when they can test without spending money.
What means that? Oh, you mean we have a test net? You mean?
I think test nets is basically what this means. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you already do a pretty great job with. Access to all code. PR feedback is actionable and clear. Roadmap is clear. Teams are well integrated in communicating. Sprints are well organized. Vibes are high. They can grow in skills and experience. Love that one. Are free to move between projects. They are supported by testers and comms, and there is communication between circles. I want to go to this one, are free to move between projects. Can whoever wrote this one give a quick explanation of what they mean?
I wrote that, and yeah, I mean, I think if there's different projects running within Giveth and someone's more interested in working on other projects, then that should be possible.
Very cool. Agreed. I was curious if you meant within Giveth or externally, and I think it probably applies to both. But yeah, definitely think within Giveth.
I mean within Giveth. Like both, probably, right? But like
both,
in
yeah.
the context of what I wrote, I meant like, yeah.
Totally. Feel certainty of direction. Can track their progress against a clear roadmap. These are all great. They can live comfortably, their financial needs are met. Definitely important for thriving. Easily run code locally. They feel they can contribute to strategic decisions. They follow a well-defined practice and collaboration. Steps for documenting, testing, research, retrospects. Oh yeah, have we done a retro yet?
I wrote that, we miss documentation. We don't have any documentation. Or if we have, we predictably say, oh, suddenly recognize that, oh, suddenly realized that we don't have documentation and someone writes something. But I prefer to, after every module is prepared or every big component is implemented, there should be some documents about how it works. How if a feature is added, there should be some footprint and documentation to, someone after that comes and doesn't know any knowledge, and it would ruin any feature that we had previously. It's a practice in software development you do after every. At the end of each sprint, people should document, if needed, what they have implemented.
I would also add there the open source philosophy that all developers kind of have. We don't do code for private or stuff like that. We do it open source.
So you mean what is? Oh, I thought you are talking.
Yeah.
Related to that point about documentation.
Yeah, especially important for all the open source stuff we're doing. And if we launch Give Token, we have a lot of people interested in joining the community and contributing. Really important that we have some clear documentation. So, thanks.
You mean that being open source doesn't need documentation?
I mean, just the need for documentation is especially important when we're open source and people can come contribute at will. We'll have a lot more success with contributions from the community if we have really clear documentation.
Yeah.
Use state-of-the-art technologies.
Yeah. It's clear for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. Very important. And they're participating in planning. But definitely, I see some good themes here too around more participation in planning, in strategic decisions, and I think those are really good to voice. And I think that's something we need to do better about, because I know at Giveth where certainly everyone's always invited to these, but because everyone's empowered to make strategic decisions, there's not always, meetings for every strategic decision. Sometimes they just emerge and we start running with them, different circles run with them. So something to think about for how we can make sure that everyone has the opportunity to weigh in on these strategic decisions before we just start paddling in a direction. All right, lots of great cards for developers. Let's check out contributors. So contributors thrive when there's clear onboarding and documentation when they first join. And thank you to Ashley for the work that you just did in Discord for this. I think we're doing pretty well with this so far, but always room for improvement. They can learn about standards and how stuff works. We have so much great opportunity to learn here at Giveth. They can contribute in a variety of capacities: informal, part-time, full-time, white label, partner, entrepreneur, etc. They're rewarded for their contributions. They're acknowledged. They get shout outs for their work. They have some creative freedom. They have opportunities to learn new skills, tools, and industries. They clearly understand what is needed and how to contribute. They can access the resources they need to succeed. Vibes are high. They understand and are aligned with the values of the community. They get involved. And their incentives are aligned, get aligned with cause managers. Cause managers.
Sorry, it's my fault. I think I have to put it in the givers.
Yes. Cool. Move that in. Cool. All right, lots of great blocks for when contributors thrive. All right, products thrive. Let's move on. Products thrive when there's fast load times and a snappy experience. Users' needs are addressed and problems are solved. They have new and useful features. Their usefulness expands past the original intention. Ooh, I like this. Can anyone who wrote this share kind of what they were thinking?
It was I. I mean, that's what fascinates me about Ethereum. it expands across the Give token, or if we have a smart contract. I really like this sort of Lego, right, that the blockchain gives us. If our stuff is sufficiently open, our APIs are accessible, we can, somebody else can use Give for whatever, I'm not good at getting an example here right now, but I think you know what I mean. The more open we are with our design of things, and the more like we push something to have a specific function and tell the world about it, the more likely it is that people will use it. For example, Mini-Me, it's everywhere now, or it was.
I love this, Kai. Yeah, thanks for writing that. I can't wait to see people using Giveth in ways that we never even imagined. It's gonna be really cool, and definitely, I think
I also thought of Gaia when I wrote this a lot, because that's probably one of the first portals that wants some interoperability, and it's something that was very important for James when designing the impact graph, that people could share campaigns between, or at least I understood it that way, between projects.
Yes, I love that, and we should have they're interoperable. One. Awesome. Minimal prod issues. They provide value to users. They can't be censored, are unstoppable. They're thoroughly tested. They deliver values, value plural. Standards are adopted wherever applicable, making the product more flexible as it can integrate with other things easily. Teams are communicating with each other and are aligned on the vision. Yeah, products, it is all about the team in the day. UIs can be reformatted to support many languages and many regional data formats. Clear path and release plan for users. Yes, they look and feel sexy AF. Can whoever wrote this explain what AF means? I'm just joking.
It means as fuck. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And they're interoperable. Awesome. I'm noticing so far, I don't think there's been anything that we've disagreed on yet, which is pretty great. So it's seeming like so far we're all very much in alignment. Let's see if that trend continues. We're making great time so far, too. All right. Givers, very important part of this ecosystem. Givers thrive when people understand why Giveth is a better alternative than traditional donating or fundraising method. Donating is easy. There are little to no fees on donations. They are rewarded and acknowledged. I love this because, yeah, I think obviously there's, a lot of people think of financial rewards, but there's other ways to reward too, with acknowledgement and things like minting an NFT that can be done for very cheap, that can still be rewarding. They can easily find projects that they're aligned with. Very important. They can trace their donations. Give it trace. Projects they donate to share progress. They can measure or project the impact of their contribution. Love this. They can easily share to their circles about projects they're passionate about supporting to help champion the cause. They have a variety of currency types and tools they can choose from for donating. They can trust the platform and the project they are donating to. They have a way of showing off their generosity. I would say another option for they can trust is trustless too. If you don't even need to trust, that also counts. They can donate in their preferred currencies. I've heard that come up a few times. They can donate to specific projects or to the cause they care about and trust, so both. They can donate either to projects or to the cause they care about and trust that their funds will be allocated to the top projects supporting their cause. They can feel like they can make a difference. They can see the impact their dollars have had on making a positive impact. Their donation is matched. Their donation can be dedicated. This could be a cool feature for us to add. They're confident their contribution is effective. They can earn tax deductions on donations to eligible projects, and tax receipts can be downloaded or emailed. They can earn rebates for donations to projects that aren't eligible for tax deductions. Hashtag Giveth. They can trust their donation will go to where they think it will go. No impersonation attacks. How's the speed that we're moving at, by the way? Is it too fast, too slow?
It's good.
Okay, cool. They believe that they, not just their donation, had a positive impact in the world. Love this. Their incentives are aligned with cause managers. Incentive alignment. They can provide value to each other. And then James says, what are you writing here?
I can't squeeze it in time. I just like the idea of like that they don't have to worry about who to give their money to, wherever you say that.
Love that. I know, yeah.
I'll edit it, or you can go ahead.
I really like that one too. I think it's an important problem that we can really help solve.
You know, I just read an article and it said that the donors want to, you know, they want to be famous, for example. They want to know that some of them. Because of that, I shared the article here.
Yeah, please share that.
You mean that there's like this discrepancy? Large part likes to be anonymous. The others really want to be known that they donated.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, the donators want to know that, hey, I'm here. I'm the big supporter of the sport. Get to know me.
Leaderboard.
They want their social impact, you know, sometimes.
I think too, I can imagine a future where everyone, you know, if there's a world where you can really easily show your positive contributions on your social media profile or something, that it would become, in a world where everyone has all these good things that they're doing, then it could become pretty taboo if your social media profile, if you're not doing a lot of good. So
they have that in China, Willie.
Yeah, it's a little scary too, kind of Black Mirror. Like.
Those private secretive.
All right, so many great things for Givers thriving, and I love that too, because if Givers can thrive on Giveth, that is the most. I think that is the most important stakeholder. If Givers thrive, then a lot of these other pieces, I think, will thrive as well. But if Givers are not thriving, then a lot of these other stakeholders can struggle. So glad we have so many good ideas here, and that we're also aligned. All right, projects and campaigns thrive when they receive donations. Very important. Fundraising is easy. They don't necessarily need to build their own website, their own online donation portal, or even necessarily a website. They can receive donations in fiat and crypto. And similarly, they can accept donations in many different currencies and receive their preferred currency. Sounds simple, but it's huge. They get public exposure and praise. Changemakers campaign. They have easy fiat off-ramping. Widely broadcasted and advertised. They load fast for users. That's very true. They can network and partner with other relevant projects or umbrella under them. They don't have to worry about money or raising the next dollar. Donations are matched. They feel supported. They can easily recruit volunteers. They can easily pay.
I'm sorry, you said to speak up when something is not aligning with our. It's not per se wrong for me, but they don't have to worry about money is not ideal. I think what this is about is like if they, you know, can engage in a meaningful way, that they will, like, if they should get funding, they will get funding. I don't really know how to say it.
The right projects get funded or something.
Well, yeah, basically, if you do everything right, that you have a chance. So, all things being equal.
Projects can focus on, having a positive impact rather than raising money. How does that sound?
I mean, that is much better. It's not. I don't think it's really what this headline said, but this is much better. Yeah.
Is whoever wrote this headline, are they cool with updating it to this? It's not just.
It's just if they did not have to worry about money, they would also probably not have their positive impact because they would stop doing anything because they have the money. Maybe. We can also skip this.
I hear what you're saying. I think it's a really good point.
Yeah, and I mean, why would they be on raising money on Giveth if they don't need to worry about money?
Yeah. There's no
honestly. Yeah.
I like that better.
All right. Where were we?
These
volunteers.
Yep. Paying volunteers. Isn't that kind of against the spirit of volunteering?
Yeah. So I put this one in here, and then volunteers might not be the best word there, but it goes back to even the presentation we did at ETH Denver, basically, where this idea where, and I think this is a cool idea, and I think it's something that Giveth can enable, where imagine a world where anybody can go plant a tree and prove that they planted a tree and get paid by people who are donating to please trees being planted. And anyone in the world can go do that and get, and it's peer-to-peer. So it's like, now we have a price. Now it's like maybe maybe it starts out being 50 cents. Every 50 cents donated goes directly to a tree being planted, but then maybe, people all around the world are doing it and the price comes down to 33 cents per tree, And that's just one example. Like you can imagine.
Like rewarding project contributors?
Yeah, let's do that. We can easily reward project contributors like that. Cool. All right. And yeah, also, we talked about this a little bit too, where altruism is great, and we absolutely welcome and encourage altruism, but also maybe so far to date, relying on altruism hasn't solved enough of the world's problems, at least in my opinion. So hopefully, maybe we incentivize people a little bit more. We'll actually have a better hope at humans not going extinct.
It's more about people can be rewarded for creating value for society, not necessarily like the volunteers need to be rewarded, but the things that we usually rely on volunteers to do can be rewarded.
Love that. They aren't blocked by legislation. They can function without permission. Love these. Value isn't captured by inefficient intermediaries. Yes. Trust is minimized and transparency is maximized. They are directly connected to donors and supporters. They're able to effectively tell their story and build relationships with supporters. They're able to effectively collect and present data that proves their impact. They can provide value to each other. Maximize network effects. Love this. Give donors many choices. This one, can whoever wrote this explain a little bit about what they were thinking?
For example, donors want to, for example, donate special works on any campaigns or on any projects, and not for the total projects. So I think the projects will thrive if they provide lots of choices for donators and give them the options to select. For example, yes, I'm here for doing this job, but maybe one donator don't want to their money to be spent on a specific, for example, kind of expenses.
So you're talking about, like, for example, having lots of different traces that it would be, and they can choose what project within a campaign or what trace within a campaign. Okay.
Very cool. And provide reports to their shareholders. And do donors count as shareholders?
And no, it's because of that article I read. Yes, it said that the campaigns have to provide reports for the donors. Just shareholder is not. It's a very good wording. But I have a donor. I have to know. Have at least quarterly or yearly report on what's going on this project.
Absolutely. I love that website, Charity Navigator, I think it is. It shows you like how much of each, different charities, how much goes to overhead and stuff. And I think it's cool. Maybe Giveth could have some information like that one day. All right. Lots of great cards for projects and campaigns thriving. Community, this is us. All right. Community thrives when we praise and recognize and support each other. Joining is easy and onboarding is awesome. Mission, vision, and covenant are clear. Community is welcoming and culture is strong. I think we're doing really well here. Domains and stakeholders are clear. They have clear lines of communication. There's a supportive way to resolve conflicts. The platforms they use to gather are easy to use and functional. Thank you, Kai. We cultivate a fun environment. We celebrate each other and feel connected and supported. There's a good balance between structure and autonomy. The memes are spicy. There are opportunities and a clear path to get more involved and start contributing. Information is documented, organized, and accessible. Chatting with Lauren right after this about making the Notion even better. They're incentivized to grow the ecosystem. They have ownership. Everyone feels they have a purpose and can grow. Awesome. Seems like we're all very aligned in how communities thrive. Now, the DAO. The DAO thrives when making and voting on proposals is cheap or free. Very important. Oh man, I remember last year how bad it got on mainnet with the original DAO Stack DAO. That was rough. It was like over $100 to vote and do anything. There's sufficient funding. Important. There's a clear process and expectations for how and when to vote. Voting doesn't feel like voting. It feels like donating without losing money. Ooh. Its smart contracts have been audited. And even then, we know how DAOs sometimes, even after their smart contracts have been audited.
Yes, yes.
There's still some risk.
It's not a silver bullet.
User experience is iterated and improved. Exit strategies are clear. Exit strategies. Can you whoever wrote this explain a little bit about what they were thinking?
That was me. I'm not a big game theorist, but I left it to the likes of Griff. I just noticed that the new DAOs like Moloch, they really focus on how to exit, and because these are opt-in systems, as like every DAO should be opt-in, it should be clear how to go away. How to rage quitting. That's how they call it, and I like to have that path defined because it might be necessary, and
I think that's in many ways attached to there being when the DAO has a transferable token, that there's ample liquidity that they can rage quit just by selling their token. In Moloch, they don't have transferable tokens, so they have to rage quit.
At the same, it should also be clear how to take part in a DAO. So both like enter and exit should be clear.
I like that, well-defined boundaries.
Okay. The wide range of members with varying perspectives. Love this. We have such a great, diverse crew. Voting participation is inclusive. It is profitable, or at least sustainable / break even, or at the very least a path to profitability or being break even. Value generated by the Giveth ecosystem accrues to Give token holders. Minimal attention, maximal alignment. Ooh, I really like this. Can whoever wrote this speak to this for a second? Or if not, it's fine. I like this one a lot.
Might have been James.
Or did he have to head out?
Yeah, he dipped.
Cool. Yeah, I like this. And I think it's saying, yeah, kind of like, you know, there shouldn't be a lot of effort necessarily to participate or to stay aligned. But with little effort, you can all stay aligned. It's important. Their vote can be delegated. Yeah, Gitcoin just did a great job with this. And I think, yeah, another thing about this too is that it's created these stewards. Griff's a steward. I'm a steward, but nowhere near as high as Griff is on the scales. And it's cool because it makes you want to get more involved, right? And if you're a steward, it's like, so it really cultivates a really strong, engaged, dedicated core community. Onboarding should be clear and with well-defined boundaries. Awesome. All right. See if we can get to these last ones in 6 minutes. Give token thrives when the smart contracts work. This is crucial. It is available on multiple DEXs on multiple blockchains. And that is the plan. Its utility is clear. There is liquidity. I would even say there is lots of liquidity. The distribution feels fair. We've done a really good job with this too. A lot is going to the community. It is held by many individuals. It can be staked, lent, or deposited to an LP for rewards. And we'll have staking and liquidity mining day one. The airdrop is successful. Yes. It won't take too long to get adapted. And this means, I assume, yeah, future roadmap stuff will be knocked out quickly. That can be done. People want to brag about holding it. Yes. We need the Give army on Twitter. It has real value. People talk about the token and it spreads via word of mouth viral. Awesome.
One thing that I wanted to add here that I didn't is kind of like the same thing that for the DApp, which is like it's cool if it like you know, if the ecosystem is like larger than only Giveth. For example, we had this experiment with RDAI or this talk about RDAI, and like I like it when tokens just get adopted by other. This might be part of this adaptation that's mentioned above, is that like it would be cool to if other DAOs or projects would use Give.
Love that. Right, last column. I love this one. The world thrives when species stop going extinct. Carbon emissions are negative. Value-aligned people are connected. Public goods are accessible and supported. Giveth thrives. The world thrives when Giveth thrives. Love this. Accountability and transparency shape human interaction. We take care of nature. Everyone can afford to have a healthy lifestyle. We take care of each other. People feel safe and are aligned with common good. Resources are regenerative. The system is designed to benefit all. The vibes are high. The memes are spicy. And the collective consciousness awakens.
I think we need to add those two to our manifesto. Giveth.
I think that could be the new Giveth tagline.
Yeah,
Forget anything about giving. It's just high vibes and spicy memes.
Is that our whole vision statement right there? Just these two things? Does that encompass it all?
it could be our B motto. Like whenever we, open something, we can use that one instead of building the future of giving.
I love it. You guys, these are so amazing. I've got some tears in my eyes right now. These are so good, and we are so surprisingly aligned. Isn't that amazing? Like, I don't think there was really anything in here that we disagreed on. But it's a lot, right? So this has been, we're right on top of the hour. This has been perfect start to this session. Next step, we're gonna reconvene for part 2 of this, and we're going to basically craft vision statements for each of these different columns. So each of these columns, we're going to make a vision statement, which we have some examples here for what that looks like, but it should be 1 to 2 statements. And then those vision statements will then roll up to our final vision statement. That will be all encompassing. And we'll do that in part 2. So optional homework, if you want, please feel free to get in there and start thinking about the vision statement for each column. And then, yeah, we need to schedule Vision Quest part 2. And then there's going to be even more workshops to come that Marco's going to lead. And we're looking forward to those as well.
Sorry, I have a question. Don't we need any, data from the real world rather than just our opinion?
Real world data is good. Yeah, that's a great question. I think for the vision, yes and no. I think we have a decent amount of real world data too, right? Giveth Trace has been operating for a few years. Giveth.io is live, and we've got real projects on there and real donors. So it's not like we're going with no data, but absolutely. What would make you feel more equipped to go on this Vision Quest data-wise?
Yes, we should follow, the major things or major, what is happening in the real world about the giving, about the donations. I read some article, as I told you, that but it seems it's totally different than what we think. It really worrying me that we don't do something just very beautiful outside the need of the contributors or the real donors in the world. Sorry.
It would be interesting to share what you have read, because we did do research, or we at least looked at the research that other people did. For example, the UK board of whatever, they always have this really huge annual report where they also ask all the stakeholders what could be better. And there's like 2 things. So one thing is donors in general, they have a problem with like, where is my money going? So they have a problem with transparency and with overhead. So those are 2 things we always said, hey, it's cool, we can solve that with our application. And the other thing is, which is not evidence-based, we are a counterpoint to traditional donation. And we are very different from other NGOs, or like, the way we're set up, the way we operate, the freedom we want to allow our users, the maximum freedom, really. Like if you look at, like, all campaigns are possible almost, except like the only thing we forbid is violence and pornography. The rest, goes. And so yeah, I hope that answered a little bit. But if you find new stuff, and it's nice because we don't have a research team that looks at the data that's there. If you stumble upon something, if you feel like, hey, this argument is either for or against what we're doing, it's nice to share it. Because to be realistic, as long as we don't have an expert for impact donations, and I don't know if there are any really, like maybe a few people, on the planet. I mean, it's kind of a specialized field.
Thank you for your comments, and thank you, Danny.
I know that we're basically at the top of the hour, but I just want to tell people that there seems to be a nice little gathering potential in northern Costa Rica. If anyone can make their way down there, I know it's very hard to travel. It sucks to travel these days, straight up. But hey, everyone is invited. So if you can make it, like, talk to me. And I don't know, Danny, if you have any updates on that.
I do. I actually have a meeting right after this one with the folks who are doing that that panel up there, and they're up there and have some information to share with me. But I'm flying from Tennessee tomorrow. It's actually not that hard to travel to Costa Rica. All you have to do is buy some health insurance and plug it into a website and show a QR code at the airport and wear a mask. I just flew here last week. I'm flying back tomorrow. It's not that hard. There's a really nice airport up north. Liberia, that's a breeze to fly in and out of. Epic places up there in Nosara. So I'm speaking on a little blockchain panel for a conference that's happening up there. We have gatherings happening, you guys.
Wow.
So almost the right continent. I will speak for Amin, Monique, and me. Have fun, guys.
Oh, you guys can't leave, can you?
No, it takes lots of time for me to issue a visa, and also
Visa things, yeah.
we are not Americans. So.
So I did do a little bit of visa research for Mateo, and it is possible. There are ways we can get visas for people, especially to come here to Costa Rica, but also to the States. But come to Costa Rica. Talk to me if you want that. I did some research. I have a lawyer with Gaia Gives because we're bringing people in for there too.
I'm honest. It's my dream to be there.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, we make
when is that? When is the meetup in Costa Rica?
We're looking at the last week of June, so around the 20. I feel like the 23rd is what we talked about getting started. And I bought my round trip ticket with less than a week's notice for $450. Just saying.
Nice. I have a wedding that week, so I can't make it, but I will be in Costa Rica for most of July or August.
Oh my gosh!
Amazing!
Hit me
I
up.
want to hit the rounds. Yep.
Awesome.
Marco was also talking about the ETHCC thing in Paris. That's in the last half of July.
Let's go. I'm trying to get out there.
Nice.
I would love to see you guys up there.
I'm the nearest, but I will be. Yeah, sorry. I cannot go because of the new baby that's coming in July. From autumn, I should be able to visit European conferences again, so I can be a stand-in.
Well, that's a great excuse.
The ETHCC, I'm sort of dedicating to the Token Engineering Commons for my own time because we'll probably be hatching and fundraising during that moment. Just a warning. But we're going to go big for the Token Engineering Commons. Like, we're trying to make that like a big event.
Nice.
And of course, you guys are all welcome. God, half of you hang out in the TEC all the time. So.
Like I posted in Discord, I will run the virtual part of ETHCC, or like my software stack interspace chat. So I don't know. I was just saying it, Griff. If you see anything that could help you there to even promote TC further.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, we're over. Are there any final thoughts anyone wants to share while we're all together? Or are we cool to close it?
I wanted to say this is so great. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, I just wanted to say you're awesome, Willie. This was so great, and I'm so grateful for all of you for showing up. It was like, I felt so aligned with everybody reading through the board, so I think like the more that we do this, then the more we're going to get aligned, and that's like really good for keeping the vibes high.
Yeah, and the more cameras that turn on right now, the cooler the screenshot I'm about to take will be.
And while you're screenshotting,
Look at the swag I just got.
oh, nice. I do have one question, like when's the next one, or what's the, is there is a next one, I guess, or what is the proposed schedule for this meeting? Weekly?
This time seemed pretty good. How about the same time and for the same time next week? Cool. We'll plan on that.
I got you eating, Lauren. Do it again.
Nice.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Hope you have the best day ever. See you guys.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.